Hi, everybody. We are live. Welcome to our premiere episode of The Riffs, a heart beats in perfect sync. I am not muted on my fucking Twitch. A heart beats in perfect sync actual play. We're just going to jump into it, and we're going to let everyone go around and introduce themselves and their characters and whatever they want to say. So, yeah, go ahead and start us off, Rook.
Hi everyone, I'm Rook, my pronouns are he and they, and I will be your storyteller for this series. I am, sorry for hitting my mic, I am very excited. Annika.
Hi, I'm Arnica. If you've been on Val's channel, you may have seen me before as Sarah in Life and Clutch on Skies Vaxia. And I'm ridiculously excited to join this crew for a brand new game. And I hope that you'll really like this character because I'm stoked on her.
Hi, I'm Nick. I've been on one other thing on Val's channel, so you might have seen that as well. I am a he, they. I'm also super stoked for Izzy, who is my character.
Hello, I'm Colin, a long time, been hanging out with Val and playing on my channel for a while, but my first time on Val's channel, so this is pretty cool. I'm very happy to be here. I know, right? I don't know. You should have got a hold of my agent sooner. And I am very, very stoked to be premiering this character that I was just so excited about. My boy, Alex Zivajinovic, who also goes by Axel because he's possessed by a demon who occasionally comes out and rules his body. So that's fun. And can I just say, massive shout out to Shay for our artwork.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Shay the Fae on Twitter, fantastic job that they did. And I gave Shay a very confusing prompt, and they managed to get both sides of my character into the artwork, which is amazing. So absolutely fantastic job, Shay. Thank you so much. And very, very excited to be here.
All right. And, oh, fuck, it's me. Hey, everyone. I'm Val. This is my channel. If I sound a little tired and hoarse, it's because I have COVID. I am on day 9. I am recovering. I'm feeling pretty good. So we're here to play some games. Today I bring to you Jackie, who you might have seen in a Persona RPG. I have recycled this character from the one-shot that I had. Their pronouns are they, she, and it. It is when they transform into their powers, because they are just a literal cryptid. Just an eldritch cryptid based off of not deer in Appalachia. So that's what they are. And also a stoner. But yeah, as a reminder, we are a viewer-affected game here. So if you want to affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations, you can do that. Every 100 biddies that you give to the channel can give anyone here that rolls dice a reroll. If you subscribe to my channel, you can give us an extra d6 to our rolls. And if you donate straight up money through Streamlabs or through Coffee, $5 or more, you can give a pulse idea. And Rook will explain what the pulses are in this game as we play, but it's essentially kind of making a little baddie for us to deal with. And yeah, with that, that's it, y'all. So we can just fucking get into it. So Rook, go ahead.
I'm going to set the tone of this game by saying I definitely did not mishear you say the words baddies, and I definitely didn't hear something else.
What?
Anyway, it's fine. I just misheard you, and I thought you said daddies instead of baddies.
Oh.
That's the after hours game.
That's next week.
Hi everyone. Magic has gone wild. Monsters walk the land and portals open everywhere. Only you, conduits of the pulse, can fight them all and protect those you love. Bare your heart. Defend it from destruction. Welcome to the Rifts. Catch me if I fall, won't you? Let's begin. Episode 1. Let's begin straight in with a character. Sirius, tell me, where are you on a fine summer's morning?
Well, it is, if it's about 7 o'clock, I'm finishing up in the kitchen of the bakery. I've been in there since 4 a.m. I'm down to an undershirt and a heavy apron over it. I'm hammering away at the dough for the second baking of bread that I'm going to put in around 11. I've got music going in the background. I've got my hair up, and I am dancing my way back and forth in my kitchen of the bakery I own. It's called Lights and Wings Bakery. I do a lot of floured butterfly shaped cookies, super glittery, lots of disco dust. It is the most, everybody's eyes should be anime hearts the first time you walk in my bakery. Too cute. And I'm prepping everything for the day because I opened in half an hour, and I know Jay and Silent Bob are about to be outside my bakery in about 10 minutes.
Oh, beautiful, excellent. As you're preparing your baked goods for sale this morning, you hear it's not like a very loud conversation because it's 7 a.m. This strip mall is not very busy, but you hear what is a louder than normal conversation happening outside of your bakery.
Okay. So I dance over to the side of the room. I turn down my radio and I kick open the kitchen door just enough so that I can hear it drifting towards me a little more closely.
Yes.
Kick it open. You just.
Yeah, my hands are clean. I'm cooking. I'm kneading dough. I kick it. I'm not a subtle woman. I don't care. This is my bakery. Know that I can hear you.
You hear one of the other conduits, not one of our player characters. This is a youngish man who calls himself Harold. He you can hear him talking to someone you haven't heard speak yet, talking about a I'm not going to say, okay, I am going to say a disturbance in the Force, but it's not the Force. It's a disturbance in the Pulse, kind of like a network of magical energy that you are also attuned to. He's talking about disturbances he's been feeling in and around the mall. And as he says that, you notice that you can feel them too. Vaguely, Harold has the sharpest senses of all of you, but you can feel it too.
Okay. So now that you mention it, I do notice that I have been kind of annoyed for a couple days. I've been really good with my customers because, that I don't like to make my money funny, but I've been short-tempered. My skin has been crawling, back of my neck has been someone's been staring at me, and now I'm mad that I didn't realize that's what's happening, because I'm kind of old for a hero. I'm not old, but I'm coming up on 30 really quick. And I'm in a game where people tend to princess out, literally princess out in their mid-20s. Or, you turn into a bad guy or you die by 30, and I'm 28 and a half. So I'm annoyed that I don't recognize what's going on. I leave my kitchen, I go to the front of my store, I unlock it, and I sling open the door, and I'm like, you two, come here. I wave them in, and I start the coffee going, because now I have questions.
The other person you notice is another conduit called Bastion. Bastion is like only a little bit younger than you. They are pretty short. They are, as the youth say, a short king.
You
The youths.
Don't at me. Yeah. They come in and they sit down. And before we get to the rest of that conversation, our camera moves. Let's go in intro order. Izzy, where are you?
It's early in the morning, so Izzy is kind of just getting up from wherever they happen to have crashed, probably whatever cheap apartment they currently are in, and is getting together the spray cans and various stencils and stuff they use for their art trade.
Excellent. What is the item or piece that Izzy is most excited about?
They saw someone do like they're gonna try and do a mural today, so they're gonna try and actually be cutting out and trying to use the spray art to actually make a portrait, which they've never done. So they're quite excited for it.
Excellent. You continue like putting your things together, and off in the distance you feel this. All of you feel this for like when I like come around to the rest of you. You feel this. It's sort of a shockwave. It's like the air ripples and you like feel it like whoosh past you. It has with it the feeling of... It comes with it the feeling of stubbing your toe without the pain. If you get what I mean.
I actually definitely get that.
if
Like
you
a
stub
startled
if you
bump.
stub your toe while your foot's asleep.
Izzy
Oh.
immediately
Worse.
drops the stuff that they're holding, as just this
Shit,
wave
that's a
of
milkshake.
feeling
Sorry.
hits,
Thank you.
and kind of just
Thank you.
stares in the general direction, trying to kind of like think about what it might be.
Sure. You know it to be a pretty big event. It's either a pretty significant monster or it's a portal opening.
All right.
And you're not entirely sure which, but it's one of the two. And you can tell just by like the general direction. You can tell it's in the direction of the strip mall, where you know the bakery and the record store are.
Okay, they're going to just throw some random spray cans and paper into their backpack, their bug bag. Grab that and their keyboard and book towards that area.
Awesome. Let's shift our camera once more. Alex, where are you?
So Alex works at the record store that's next door to the bakery.
Yeah.
But it's like what, 7 a.m. you said? Yeah. So record store is not open yet. But he's always there anyway. There are those that work with Alex at the record store, like his boss and other people around, who joke that Alex apparently doesn't go home because when he's not working, he's just like Jay and Silent bobbing out in front of the store with his best friend Jackie. And so he's right now, like, he knows that the bakery is going to open soon. He always goes in there first thing in the morning to get like coffee and like a muffin. So he is just waiting outside for that to happen. and he's just like sitting, as he and Jackie often are. He's like sitting on like some milk crates that are stacked in front of the store, and he's just like going. They were having this intense discussion about music, and he's going through like one of his favorite Tool albums, like song by song, explaining why he thinks every single song
Listen,
is
Tool
genius.
is great and all, but I'm just saying a perfect circle is where it's at.
Like, I understand that you want to consume other forms of Maynard James Keenan media, but there is clearly a superior one, and that is
Right, it's a perfect
Tool.
circle.
Tool.
No, it's okay to be wrong, bud.
Agree to disagree, I guess, but I think you'll come around eventually. Like, just give like Lateralis like one more listen, and I think you'll see that I'm right
But
about
dude,
this.
I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying it's not as good.
10,000 days? Come
Yeah,
on.
it's good.
Like-
It's good. No one said that it was bad. Like nobody is here saying that. Listen, I just got off of work. This is way too early. I need my eclair and my meat pie.
Oh no. Okay.
I always thought that thing you do with mixing the sweet and savory is kind of weird, but you know, to each their own.
You're weird.
Yeah, I am.
As whatever this has become, you also feel the pulse. Sirius, if you also want to get in on this, like you also feel that pulse, that feeling of like having stubbed your toe without having the pain. It's just that like instant of like frustration and like anger, and then it's gone.
Ooh, I think
also-
that can I just add something there? I think that comes out in the conversation, that like he kind of, you said it's like a moment of like frustration, right? So I think he like loses his patience a little bit there. Like, just, you're not actually listening to me. Like, I'm not saying that it's like that a perfect circle's bad either. I'm just saying like it's.
I
All right.
have not slept in 12 hours. Don't yell. Oh, is something happening?
I'm sorry, Jack. That was weird.
No,
For
you're fine.
for the sake of the story, Izzy, I'll say for convenience, you're like a super magical person. Like you can get there pretty quickly. I'll say like you arrive around this time. Sirius, what do you do as you sense this?
I leave Bastion and Harold standing halfway in the door, and I run all the way out looking for. I know Jay and Silent Bob are there. I know they're waiting. I know Alex.
Always are.
Yo,
They're always there.
Sirius!
I see them and immediately point and wave them in.
Oh shit. VIP. Let's go.
Before opening, sweet.
I'm here.
Where are the muffins at?
Hope nobody minds, but I'm actually gonna have my McDouble right now. So, like, Jackie just like pulls.
Pretend
it
it's a
out.
muffin.
Just pulls
Right,
like,
we're
it
gonna-
out. Like,
Had a
oh,
burger in her
shit,
handbag.
That was there. Like, when did I
You
get
had food this whole time. You had food this whole time and you didn't tell me.
I always have snacks. What do you think the fanny pack's for?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good use for a fanny pack.
It's true.
What's up, Sirius?
So,
The
I
eclair's
have
done?
I have a big booth in the back corner. It'll sit like 8. It is the teenagers booth, the one you come in at 3 p.m. and you take over for 3 hours, even though 7 people bought $8 worth of stuff. You don't care.
Mhm.
They're not out there breaking
that.
windows. Who gives a shit?
Mhm.
So everybody goes over to sit at the teenagers booth while I run in the back and come back out with the breakfast order, with the only meat pie of the day I will make, with an eclair, with a blueberry muffin with some weird topping shit on it because I know he's high and getting ready to go to school, and like a handful of donuts. I come out, drop it with coffee, sit down and go, now what the fuck was that?
Izzy, I assume you've joined them.
Yeah, Izzy's gonna squeak in too.
Izzy, over here.
Easy
Hi,
enough.
Izzy. We have
They
I have a
get
big double
whichever
and
donut
meat pie.
has the most sugar on it possible.
Ooh.
Izzy, I make you a special donut every time you come in. You know that there's one waiting for you. It's a chocolate donut with strawberry frosting, and it's got gold disco dust on top.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
sounds amazing, actually.
VIP.
Yeah.
I don't even make meat pies, and you eat a meat pie every day. Don't talk jealously about Izzy's donut.
Oh, we're
I
not
sell
jealous.
cookies, and you sitting there eating a meat pie.
We're not jealous. We just think it's pretty damn cool that you give us all this nice treatment there. Serious? I mean, this muffin has way too much sugar on it, but you know that's exactly how I like it. So appreciate you. That's what I'm saying.
It's almost like you like us or something.
I think maybe they like us.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up? You guys all felt that weird shit?
Yeah, I felt like
Yeah.
I hit my toe or something, or my funny bone. I didn't like it.
Something's about to go down right around here.
Like, what do you mean?
Uh,
What do you mean? Something's about to go down.
Felt like there was either something big. I don't know. I'm not that sensitive to it, but like a portal or monster or something is popped in.
Harold. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was literally about to turn and point directly at Harold and Bastion and be like, these two were just talking about that. What do you know?
Who the fuck are those guys?
This is Harold, and this is Harold's friend Bastion. Hey, Bastion.
Cool name. Right on, brother.
Oh, you've met these two before. They work with you.
Oh, at the record store?
No, they're
No,
conduits.
for our other job.
Oh, our night job. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So
what's
like,
up?
Harold will be like, hey, and he kind of like pulls out a map of like the area, like so on this map, like you have like your neighborhood, the rifts, you have like some of like further in, like it has like the casino and it has the city center on it, and like there are like a couple of like X's around the mall, and he says, so I've been feeling weird disturbances lately, like past 3 days. One here, like he points to like one of the exits of the mall, like one over here, he points like across the street on the other side. And then there was that thing. I think a portal's opened.
Oh, what? Like just now?
Like just now, that like feeling, that like weird like air thing, like I think a portal's opened.
Oh.
Okay, but where at which I'm pointing at the map. The exit, it's not in my kitchen. Is it in my fucking kitchen?
No.
Do I need to go turn off my oven?
You have to tell if it's in her kitchen or else it's entrapment.
Yeah.
You get a chuckle out of Bastion, but like Harold like kind of like continues on. It's not in your kitchen. And then he kind of like raises his hands like over the map, and he like kind of like puts his palms together, and like a couple of like very small mirrors, like they're the size of like oh god, I don't know any American coins. They're the size of like a medium-sized coin.
A quarter?
Do with that what you will. Sure, a quarter.
Our
and they
coins
kind
are
of
all
like
super tiny except for the quarter, frankly.
Yeah, and $50.
that's fair. Anyway, and they kind of like spin and rotate and like glow a bit, and as he like kind of like pulls his hands apart, they kind of like disappear. I think it's that way, and he points like if you like go out of the bakery and you like go left, he like points in that direction. Yeah, I think it's second floor by the CVS.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, sorry.
This stream brought to you by.
Go get your COVID test there. Anyway.
Yeah, get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So why would a portal open above the drugstore? Like, is there some sort of? Should we do something about it?
Like the one by the old Orange Julius? That one? Because I like that CVS. That's a good CVS.
Yeah, they usually always have nerds there. The candy.
Yeah, they got the good candy.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, Harold, why do you just have a map of the town? Like who carries a map?
Yeah, what's the deal, Hank?
I mean, I don't carry it everywhere. I just brought it because I wanted to talk about, and he like gestures to all the marks he's made, like all of this, and it helps if I like make them, because like if I just like gave you a list of places, like what use would that be? Like it'd just be a list of places.
I take the
like
bus.
This is.
I know how to get to places. We have Google
I know,
on
but
our phone.
It's like it's nice, and
I mean, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just asking.
I mean, thanks, Harold.
Yeah, but thanks. We
appreciate you.
Like, I'm glad you're prepared with the map. I was just curious. Did I hurt your feelings? I'm sorry, man.
No, okay. It's okay. No, we're good.
Harold,
what was the question? Hello?
Well, okay. First of all, why'd you come tell us about this? Why don't you go look into it yourself?
Because more people, the better.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Also, well, I mean, like, I came to talk to Sirius about it because I knew, like, Sirius would be around, but I'm also glad the rest of you are here because, the more people, sorry, I'm just looking at chat. No, that was very funny, thank you.
I love the chat.
Those Texaco maps where they just have huge gas station markers are so weird.
Anyway, so I mean, since all of us were here, like I was I think I can like stabilize the portal, make sure like nothing else like goes wrong because it's there. I need like Bastion or like one of you to like help me with that, and then the rest of us can like go into the portal. So it's like whatever you want to do. This is the storyteller's note that let Bastion and Herald handle the outside bit.
Well, you and B want to handle the outside. You guys kind of are more defensive anyway. So if there's something,
oh yeah, we're gonna go poke that portal hole. I'm gonna
Don't like that.
Get right in there.
Hey, serious? Can I leave my art stuff like back a little bit?
Yeah, come on. I lead you into the kitchen because I got to go turn off everything anyway. Last thing I need is everything burning. I've got a sign that has holographic butterfly wings and a hammer on it that says "Saving the World, be right back." I stick it up on the front door, turn off all the ovens. People know if they walk up and see that, they should maybe leave this side of town, come back in a couple hours.
Don't forget to turn off. Don't forget to turn off your Uber Eats orders too, because they'll just keep coming in, and you're not gonna be here, and you're gonna just have people like, "Where?"
Gonna get you some bad Yelp reviews.
All right, and I turn off my Uber Eats while I point Izzy over to the break room side of the kitchen where they can throw their bag under the table.
Awesome. They'll kick it under the table.
Okay.
And then if a portal's actually already open, they're gonna grab their keyboard, which is one of those shitty electronic keyboards with the stand.
Oh yeah.
And when they grab it and they concentrate it, it turns into their pink keytar, which they'll then sling over their back.
Yes.
Oh.
And Jackie, Alex, as you guys are like kind of like wrapping up and like getting up, like he's like crumbling up the little like paper thing from the bottom of his muffin, and he's like picking up. He's trying to be helpful, so he's like picking up the trash off the table, like the wrapper from your McDouble and everything. And you notice that he's like, as he's doing it, his like hands are shaking a lot.
I'm gonna grab your hands. Yo, are you chill?
Ever since that thing, ever since the weird feeling, like
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little, I don't know how to say it, just like ready to rock and roll.
Oh no! Ah,
Sorry.
like,
Sorry.
Oh, you scared me so bad.
like, just
It scared me
let
too.
go of your hands and just like. Oh, it's Axel. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
I can't really keep him down right now. It feels like, so it's only
You
a
know
matter of
what?
time,
Like,
probably.
release the beast. Let's go.
Oh, you sure you?
I mean, we're
I could
going
just-
like you don't want to go inside of a hole, like, but I know Axel likes to go inside of holes, so
I walk
You
by
got
and
me,
grab
baby.
Alex by the back of the neck. Not in my store. Not in my store. And I'm steering you by the back of the neck towards the front door.
Yeah, I think like you know what happens when Axel comes out, and like it tends to get messy, and like I mean that too to like serious, like yeah, like not. I'll try to keep him down, but it's like only a matter of time. I think he's gonna come out.
yeah. And I'm just like, as you're like not in my store, you just hear Jackie Snicker go, too late. Like,
Okay. And he's just like he has like a bottle of water. He's just like sipping at, trying to keep himself like cool. Like, just
so-
wait till we get to the mall. Wait till we get to the mall.
Yeah. So are we going? I look over at Izzy and Sirius, and I was like, so are we doing our magical Sailor Moon transformations now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you know the drill. Not in my store. I grabbed my keys and
You
hanging
meant that,
off my
not in your
keys.
store. I thought
Yeah.
you meant
I made-
punching.
Not in my store. It is. I'm tired of I'm tired of sweeping up. I'm tired of
Yeah.
sweeping up glass. I'm tired
It's
of
a
sweeping
lot
up
of broken
glitter.
glass.
I'm tired of sweeping up shit. I grabbed my keys. Hanging off the bottom of my keys is a little, like plastic hammer. It's square on one end. It's round on the other. It looks like it's made of cheap resin, filled with glitter liquid. Lock up. Push everybody 50 feet away from the building and go, all right, whenever you're ready.
You notice as you're like pushed outside that you can actually like see the portal from like where you're standing. So it's very close. Please continue. If you're transforming now.
All right. So
Magical girl transformation.
magical girl transformations. So I take my keys and I put the key ring around my finger and start swinging it. And as I do, the little hammer lights up and begins to grow. It extends to a full 4.5-foot shaft, a like 7-pound head. It's a huge war hammer, the ends of which are made of shining crystal full of holographic light. It shifts and glows as it's moving. I grab the hammer out of the air and begin to twirl it around my head like I'm getting ready to launch, like I'm Thor, but I'm not. I'm so much prettier than Thor. How are you prettier than Thor? I'm prettier than Thor. Some serious Scarborough. I'm holographic party hero. It's awesome. As I whip the hammer up and down around me, glitter starts to fall. The glitter transforms me. My hair gets up practically out of my way. It ties itself on top of my head like the beautiful art by Shay the Fae. Wings. Light up neon wings sprout out of my back. My very practical, if sexy, baker's uniform turns into a 2-piece of holographic light. It's all feathers. It's light. It's shining. It's not very much. I'm dressed for a rave or to kick ass from head to toe.
Or both.
Grab my hammer, hit the ground, wings fluttering. I'm ready to go.
Sirius is so cool.
While
Sirius
you're
is
doing
so cool.
this, I'm
That's in
playing
character.
your theme song for you.
Get out an iPod.
No, I have a keyboard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. You have a keyboard. Sorry.
Love it.
Oh,
What is Sirius's theme song? Like, I don't mean specifically what track is it, like, but like, what does it kind of sound like? You think, Izzy? Actually, Sirius, it's your theme song.
Yeah, no, it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, but Izzy's the one with the
Yes.
keyboard. Now I'm
Uh,
wondering what Izzy
For
thinks
you,
that sounds
I'm
like.
going for like modernish disco tracks, not the straight 70s ones, but that beat kind of the in between disco and techno sort of thing.
Some house
All
music.
right.
Yeah.
Avicii
Obviously,
does Donna
I've only got the
Summers.
keyboard, so I can't go. with any
Avicii
guitar
does
there.
Donna Summer.
Yep.
That's so good.
Well, once she's done, Izzy's already got her keyboard, so she's going to just pound a chord and go the full gem and the hologram style transformation. Her body's going to glow, or their body's going to glow. Their jacket goes from being a shitty punk jacket to a bit cooler. Their shirt kind of just unbuttons and gets fancy. Their hair changes a little. Mostly it gets pinker to an unnatural shade. I hadn't decided before, but I think they definitely have a single big starburst earring on the side that the hair is shorter on.
Oh, you have a side shave?
One, it's hard to tell in the portrait, but yeah, one side is about shoulder length and the other is about to their ear.
Oh, cool. Love that.
And then they finish. Some days they have a skirt and some days they don't. Right now it's pants because we don't really know what the portal's going to look like.
what's Izzy's theme song?
Straight up glam rock.
Oh, nice. Also, sorry if you could see me like reacting in pain. My hand started cramping as I was writing notes.
Oh, no.
So that's what that
You're
was
fine.
about. No,
I
I'm
haven't figured out the exact one because I've been busy this past week or so, but yeah, straight up glam rock jams.
I love that.
That's excellent.
Jackie, you want to go? You want me to go next?
You can go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I think Alex turns to Izzy after their transformation, and like he's kind of like starting to twitch a little bit, and he goes, "You got to play the song, Izzy. You got to play him in. You got to play him in.
Okay.
He wants to come out."
Yeah, it kicks the bass on her guitar all the way up.
Hell yeah! So it's like, if you know your music theory, like the tritone in music, they call it like the devil in music. It's got that sinister sound, and like the first 2 minutes of the song "Black Sabbath" by Black Sabbath from the album Black Sabbath is just down, down, down. It's just this like foreboding sound, and I think Izzy knows that like when Axel wants to come out, Axel wants like an entrance. So you just like hit these heavy bass notes of this like sinister sound,
or like the what is it? The Planets track.
Oh yeah.
Da, da.
Da. Yes. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Yeah.
Harold is in the background giving you a spotlight with his mirrors.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
And there's these like sinister sound. Oh, you know what it's got to be? Theme song. I can't believe this just came to me. It's Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
Oh,
Absolutely his
Yeah.
intro song. And Alex starts to just like shake and kind of gyrate, and you see his hair start to just get longer, and his nails grow longer and sharpen into claws, and he kind of gets like fangs that come out, and his tank top he's wearing just gets like, it's like the V just gets deeper, like he just gets until it's like a harness, and he looks like Paul Stanley from Kiss. And he gets like taller and more muscular, and as he starts to like finally shake and work his way through this, you see his hair grows out, and he gets he comes up with this
Nice.
ridiculous hair, and then you just see fire just burning behind his eyes. Let's fucking do this! You're up, Jack.
Okay. So Jackie's theme song is something from Kidney Thieves, probably Before I'm Dead. Something off of the Zero Space thing, because that industrial nastiness happens when it almost seems like their body sort of absorbs everyone's shadows, and it just comes to their feet and just starts to engulf their entire body, like going up until it covers like almost like skin tight, like their whole body. Their hands get incredibly long and almost tendril like, and then on their head forms a giant like elk skull with like a 10-point antler rack just like protruding, and at the bottom the shadows just sort of flare out, and it gets just taller and kind of hunches over, and as like it opens their mouth, you just see black goop just sort of drip from its mouth, as like a literal fucking cryptid is just hovering there. It doesn't even look like it stands on the ground. It just looks like it sort of just like hovers, and it's just like, let's fucking go.
You look so fucking hot right now.
I'm literally the coolest. You're cool too, Axel.
Thank you.
I was prepared for this, and I have no words. Oh, I love this party so much.
Hey, B. Henry, you guys changing, or are you gonna stay like that?
You want to be lame, or do you want to be one of us?
Harold kind of like puts his hands together, and the mirrors kind of swirl around him, and he says, I'm good for now. I don't know if I can. Yes, thank you, Axel. Good to see you, as always. And Bastian just kind of shrugs and goes like, nah.
Okay.
You're no fun.
I mean, they're not going in, so if it makes them happy, man, you know, you gotta live and let live.
I suppose. I have been cooped up inside this lame ass kid for too long, and I'm ready to kick some ass.
You know, he'd let you out more if you stopped setting things on fire when we weren't fighting monsters, you know?
Ain't nobody asked you, is he? That raises more questions than it answers.
You didn't unwrap it, did you? It just ate it wrapper and
Paper
everything.
and everything.
Good. Did want to check that. I don't know why that is funnier. I don't know.
It is.
Good job.
Also,
Hell yeah.
Also, Nathan, trust me, I'm working on it. Anyway, you make your way towards the portal. It's this swirling kind of what's a good way to describe this? It's kind of like this swirling, like kind of like tear of like energy, like the swirling like red energy, just kind of that you can see like lightning like pulsing in it from time to time.
I believe Tessa Thompson once called that a devil's anus.
When I made this a portal thing, I should have known, and yet I did not prepare.
It was written on the wall.
It really
Or the
was.
ceiling.
Or the ceiling. But yeah, you see this thing. They're waiting for you. I'm going to regret saying this. Waiting for you to enter it.
We'll enter you first.
So who's
So-
gonna start this penetration?
So
Penetrate the portal.
Actually,
You asked for this!
excited.
Do we have to do anything special to enter a portal, or is it like, or do
you
we
just
just
touch it, like you just like go in like it's a door.
Okay. So I'm standing below it. I've got my hammer across my shoulders, and I've kind of got my hands resting on it as I look up, checking it out. Look around, make sure the crew is all with me. We give each other one of those anime nods, forward screen, boop, 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 and we jump. Let's go.
You jump. Excellent. As you you feel like the swirling. Oh, this is a better description. Like it's like red clouds swirling around you, lightning flaring as you are pulled upwards towards this light, and as you reach up and meet it, you find yourselves in the mall. The color palette is wild, rather than your regular mall colors. I picture this mall to be very everything's kind of like that whitish creamish tile, very bright lights up ahead, that kind of aesthetic. Here the color palette is much more the color palette of this wonderful overlay. There's a lot of pink and blue kind of everywhere. It's not eye strainy. It's kind of so everything would be this kind of deep blue and purple with these bright neon pink and blue highlights in the corners of the room and for the lights and in the grouts of all the tiles. And you find yourself surrounded by what I instinctively call no, you're surrounded by little monsters. Oh, they kind of look a little bit like Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. They're they're about 2 feet tall. They have these they have these wicked looking claws, wicked looking fangs, and these glowing red eyes. The rest of their body is kind of this hazy kind of I guess in this sort of lighting it's this hazy very dark purple, almost smoke, but it's very solid looking. You're surrounded by a bunch of these, and we will jump straight in to combat. So who among you would like to go first?
I will.
Yeah, I will. Oh, no,
sorry.
you go. You said it first.
Izzy, go ahead.
Izzy.
All right, Izzy.
Take the spotlight.
We are surrounded. So
Yes.
Izzy is going to belt out a chord on her guitar shetty. She's going to grip it as an actual guitar for a second and belt out a chord to kind of shock them and drive them back a bit so everyone else can get in position.
Excellent. Roll 5d6 for me, please.
5d6. That actually is exactly the number I had on my desk, so that works out.
Excellent.
So I need to reopen the thing because I forget what counts as a hit. It's 5 and 6s?
Yes.
Hits? Okay. And because I don't want to be reading through all this, I also rolled a 1. Does that do anything?
Oh, yes. So tell me how many successes you got.
I got
first
2
of all.
successes.
2 successes. Cool. And you rolled 1-1.
Actually 2 1s and 2 successes.
2 1s.
I was right
Ooh.
that it did something, and now I'm scared.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So 2 hits is Two hits is not enough to drive away all of them, but like as you like play that chord, like there is that ripple of power that kind of just like explodes from you. It does drive back some of them, and you even see that like a couple of the ones that were like closest to you get like really like deeply affected by the blast and kind of almost like shatter. Um, um, and you've affected some of them, but you haven't had the effect you wanted. Um, okay, so because you rolled two ones, the GM may change the heart rate of someone else in the scene by 1 beat. Okay. Jackie. As this, actually, Jackie and Sirius, as this chord like ripples out, you feel inspired by your friend, like starting out like with like this strong chord. Your heartbeats raise up by 1.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do, Izzy, or would you like to pass on the spotlight?
I'm going to move closer to the group closest to me then, and then pass it on.
Okay, who would you like to pass it on to?
Let us go with Sirius since they're pumped up. Or since she's pumped up.
Okay, so with that inspiring literal power chord still vibrating across my skin, I swing the hammer down off my shoulder and whip it around my head a couple times, which forms a halo of neon light. It's shifting like a cheap, slightly broken Amazon LED light. So, it flickers a little bit, it shifts. It is supposed to look like that. It's not broken. It doesn't hypnotize, but it draws the attention of the little pulsing things up towards me. It pretty much makes me the center of bad guy attention, which gives other people the chance to shift as they need to.
Cool. Okay. Roll 6 dice.
I love the Amazon description, by the way, because I instantly knew exactly what you meant.
All right. And I need 3, 3, 3, 1, 5, and 3.
Okay, so that was a voice crack. Anyway, so 1 success and how many ones?
1.
Okay, cool. You swing your hammer and like give off this light. So you're attempting to like draw attention. Correct? So
yes.
There's a group of again, this wasn't a success on all of them, but you like managed to like draw in like a portion of them. Like the ones that like were closest to you are like kind of like taken by this light and are kind of like drawing closer towards you. You haven't managed to get like a good chunk of the group, but it's some. Because you rolled that 1, Axel, you are very excited by not only the music but also the light show. Your heart rate goes up by 1 as well. And Sirius, who would you like to pass on the spotlight if you're done?
That would go. We start at 5, right? So that goes to 6.
Yes.
Heart rate? Okay.
I noticed that I've only drawn some of their attention. I step a little closer to Axel because I see him gearing up, and I'm going to pass it over to him.
Hell yeah. That righteous chord that Izzy hit, Axel's like, oh, Oh yeah, this is like the beginning of like if you've ever had a really good jam with a bunch of musicians and someone just plays that one lick that you're like, oh, I can work with that. Oh, that's really good. And I think Izzy hits that big chord and Axel's like, okay, all right. And his I didn't say this before, but his weapon is a bass guitar that is a literal axe. So he has his bass out and he's like listening to Izzy hit this chord and he's like, okay, yeah, I can work with that. And he like punches the strings of his bass and it just creates this like vibration that's so harsh it almost looks like the air around him is like cracking like glass. And through those little kind of cracks in the air, there's just flame like coursing through every little crack in the air. And there's this harsh fire that erupts from Axel's axe and like engulfs the enemies around him. So like a big circle of it. So my heart rate is 6 now, right? So I get to roll 66?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, let me roll that. Okay, I know you said ones are relevant, right? But no ones.
Okay.
I don't have any ones. And then otherwise I need 6s. That's how this works?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. All right, I got a 3, a 4, a 4, a 6, a 5, and a 4. So 1, 5, 1, 6 is what I got.
Okay. Give me what you were doing again. Are you trying to like harm the ones in front of you? Okay,
yes,
cool.
trying to harm. Yeah.
So excellent. So for that one, that is a success. You have this like wave of fire like go out. You catch a bunch of them in the blast. I think you probably like get about the same amount as like Izzy did, and as they have the fire like wash over them, they shatter. Because you got a success, you get to move your heart rate up or down by 1 beat, if you'd like to.
I want to go up.
Okay, so you are at 7. So this is what I'd like to hear. Anyway, so our spotlight moves on to Jackie. Jackie, what would you like to do?
All right, so just repaint this picture about how many we got going on around us again.
So there's a horde. You have about 20. I think like 4 or 5 have been destroyed. And 3 are currently like enamored by Sirius, as we all should be.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat that? My ADHD just decided to
That's fine.
delete half of that just said. Sorry.
So there are 15 currently.
Mm-hmm.
3 are taken, like, are distracted by Sirius.
Okay. So with 15 of them currently, kind of like towards the bigger horde where I can see approximately 10 of them.
Okay.
The cryptid is going to hold out its hands, and the tendrils and the goop just kind of drips, right? But you can just see finger bones start to emerge from like the tips of it, and I'm going to shoot from each phalange bones at these at this horde. Yeah. So, and I have 6.
So
Yes.
gross, and I love it.
So gross.
Just so you know, so you need 4 successes for this to work properly.
All right. So 5s are successes too.
Yes.
Then I got 4.
Oh my god.
and then
for
the
exactly.
other one was, and then 1. So
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
I got 3 5s, 1 6, a 4, and a 1. Yeah.
Wait. So you got 1, not
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
2. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So you splay your fingers out, and these bones, like, perfect targeting, like straight in the middle of their like weird glowing eyes. Like you just get all of them, and they they some of them shatter, some of them like kind of like dissipate into like a flood of mist and just kind of like vanish. So you also get the you can also shift your heart rate if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up.
Okay, awesome. And because of the one, Izzy, you're still at 5, correct?
Yes.
I think the same like wave of no, okay. Maybe a little bit gross, but here, I think like a little like dollop of goop gets on you. I assume you're used to this fighting with Jackie like regularly, and the contact with your friends like powerful like form makes your heart rate go faster. You also go up by 1. You are just in contact with power, and that empowers you. Oh, and now all the players have gone, the spotlight shifts to the storyteller. Let me do some quick maths. Okay, so there are 5 left. 3 of them are distracted. 2 of them are here. I think the other 2. So I think the 2 that have been like unaffected, kind of like look at each other, and their claws kind of like reach out to each other, and as they touch, the smoke kind of like they dissipate into that smoky form, but that smoke kind of like swirls like together in a mini sort of like storm, and not dissimilar from Jackie's transformation, it kind of like pulls in, not shadow, but like smoke appears around you and it pulls in together, and you are face to face with a much bigger version of one of these creatures. Same proportions, it looks very similar, it's just the other ones are 2 feet tall. I would say this one is about like 10 feet tall. Just like looming.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
bigger.
That's not cool.
Bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I'm gonna eat it.
That would be so hot.
Sirius, let's return to you and these 3 little creatures around you. You are muted.
I am muted. Look at that. Yay, first one to figure out I was muted. Winner. Let's see. So I've got the 3 of them hypnotized, well, enamored anyway. They're slowly kind of coming closer, and as they're coming closer, I'm fluttering my wings. I've managed to, I can't fly. I can get off the ground about 15, 20 feet max. In an emergency, I could probably pick up Izzy or Jackie in human form, but I can't pick up Cryptid Jackie, and I can't pick up Axel. I just don't have that. So I'm up just out of their reach. Like, they're 2 feet tall, so I'm floating about 3 feet up. I'm an
Nice.
asshole. Whirling the hammer, just kind of watch them. And I let them get right up underneath me. I draw them into a circle underneath me. And then I'm going to go ahead and swing my hammer down in a shockwave of light. That's hopefully, if it hits them, is going to squish them.
Oh, wonderful. Go ahead and roll.
All right. I'm still at 6.
I believe so.
All right. Nice. 2 6s, 3 5s, and a 3.
Oh. Wait, so that's 5 successes altogether.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent. Okay. So I put this at 3 hits. So because you've beaten it by 2, you exceed. So you go above and beyond. You go above and beyond like what you were expecting. So describe how this hit that destroys these monsters is more powerful and like bigger and better than you were planning.
All right. So I was anticipating that maybe these monsters would do their basic, glass shatter, bust up, fall into smoke and fade away. Instead, what I have done is I've hit them so hard that the shrapnel from them goes spinning out towards the larger monster and impacts the larger monster.
Yes. Yeah, so we see these like shards of like this like purple glass smoke looking thing just like dig into like the where one would expect the rib cage to be, and it is awesome. So you have a couple of options with heart rates. Because you succeeded, you can move yours up or down by 1 beat if you wish. And you have a pool of 2 to affect other characters. So you can affect 2 characters by 1 beat or 1 character by 2, if you so wish.
Axel and Jackie are at 7. Can I split that so that I pull me and Izzy up to 7 as well?
Ooh, yes, you can.
Then that's what I'm going to do. I'm pulling me and Izzy up to 7. There's a big monster, and I want us all in sync. I can feel the reverberations from Izzy's music start blending with the harmonies that just naturally pour off Axel's smoke. We can feel it. It's starting to resonate. It's running through our bones. It's running through our feet. The lights in my wings start flashing like a disco. We're getting keyed up. We're ready to go. The monster does not know what's coming.
Brighten this game up, Sirius. We got this.
The cryptid makes like that noises that crocodiles make, like when, like not like that hissing roar, but like that kind of.
I thought you were about to say makes Wookiee noises.
I mean, that's awesome too.
Yeah, like that vibrating sound that crocodilians make. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that makes the water bounce.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly the sound you mean.
I'm gonna be a little bit loose with the rules because technically this isn't how this works, but because everyone is on 7, would you all like to do a group sync attack?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we want to do a group sync attack.
Me and Val have been talking about it in private messages for the last few minutes.
Y'all would know based like the cryptid is just ready to eat this thing. So
yeah, that's the goal. We want to feed.
Yeah.
I want to feed these to the cryptid.
The cryptid has the munchies and is ready. So let's go.
I love the idea that the cryptid is just Jackie's like. Because Jackie's a stoner, just like her inner munchies turned into a fucking monster.
Yes.
Oh, I so want this. Okay.
Axel, slice and dice.
Shake and bake. Axel, which is like shake and bake is very on point right now. Actually, Axel's gonna set it up for you. Okay, I want to say like end goal is I want to find a way for us to get these things into Jackie's mouth, basically.
There's only one left, by the way.
Okay,
so
then
just that one thing.
Perfect. My contribution to start with is I would like to stun it. With like he's gonna like hit a big chord on the bass and then slide all the way down and like hit like a brown note like level like low resonance that just makes this thing just like stunned and stun locked kind of
cool. Before you roll, like everyone describe like what you're doing.
All right, with the stun lock and with our hungry friend, I'm gonna switch my grip so I'm holding it as a sword now and just swing almost like just a baseball bat swing, smashing it towards Jackie and the waiting maw that they are.
And then Sirius, right?
So I flew up. I rode the shockwave of Axel's sound cord up. I can ride his sound waves to boost me above my 30-foot flight limit. So I rode it all the way up, swinging my hammer the whole time. As the monster flies past me, I come down and I hit it to break it to try to break it into Jackie's bite-sized pieces, so that instead of one giant monster coming right at its face, there's now monster chunks, easily eatable, coming at its face.
So
I imagine you do a sick backflip as you like just ride the like waves over. Oh my
So
god.
good.
And I guess
and
so,
Jackie.
just in case
Monster
like
chunks.
it doesn't get broken up into pieces, it'll be fine because Jackie is sort of absorbing more shadows and expanding its body. Like the cryptid is just getting bigger to kind of compensate for like the size difference between it and this monster, this pulse. But it's also like unhinging its jaw and like a snake, and it's just like opening wide and just ready to receive
The chunks.
the snacks. Like,
Lick it
and you
out!
can see
Lick
just, like,
it
the,
out!
and you see just like the black goop just like dripping from like its teeth and down its jaws, and just like ectoplasma, like disgustingness.
So
Okay.
good.
And now, the thing I've been waiting for this whole time. Everyone roll 7 dice and add your successes together.
Nice.
Okay. So
Okay.
5s and 6s, right? Yeah.
I have 2 6s and a 5.
I just
Anyone
Yeah.
have
else?
2 6s.
I have 3 5s but 2 1s because that's apparently how my dice want to roll.
Kibbles and bits.
And I have a 5 and a 6. So I have 2 successes.
I
2.
have 3.
I have 3.
Wait, so
That's really in sync too. Way to go, guys.
so
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, so 2,
10.
3, 10. And how many ones?
10 total.
I got 2 1s, so
I don't have
Any
any.
more?
I think just the 2 1s.
Yep.
Okay.
So do those subtract? Is that how that works?
We'll deal with them in a second
he
because
gets to do
you're
cool stuff when we get ones.
Oh, okay.
I do want to add one thing because I didn't think about
Yes.
it till after the hammer. After I smack away, well, it's just holding the sword like that. I'm done. I'm playing the Jaws theme. It's just a dun,
Oh my god.
dun,
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 dun.
Excellent. So,
which of course
Your-
crescendos when the bite happens.
oh, also before we resolve this, what do you call your team attack?
Ooh. It's
I
anime.
think-
If this is anime, it's got to have a name. Oh, the munch.
It's
I was gonna say feeding time, but
Feeding time.
Feeding time.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I like just calling it feeding time. Like, let the monsters be like, no, not feeding time, feeding time.
Feeding time.
So, as you
Ow.
all like work together, are you okay?
No, keep going. It's fine.
As you all work together, like it feels like the entire extra-dimensional space resonates with 1,000 anime characters shouting "feeding time."
Feeding time.
As you exceed by 8 hits on this thing, and it absolutely is destroyed. There's no dissipation into dust. There's no like shattering into shards. Every single bit of it is consumed by Jackie. And
There's like a
it
little
is-
food belly for like a hot second before it flattens, and Jackie the cryptid just belches like super loudly.
nice.
You've never been more beautiful to me.
and I'm gonna ignore the ones because I think it cancels out.
Okay.
Everyone gets 2 beats that they can like raise their like heartbeat by or lower it if you wish. But with that and the destruction of this giant monster, I think we will take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we will be
Right.
back in 5 to 10 minutes, everyone. We will see you soon. Wave. All right, and we're back, everyone. Welcome back. We just ate some pulse creatures and went to the bathroom and all that great stuff. But I'm gonna stop talking. Let Rook continue.
Hi everyone. Welcome back. Yeah, so we pick up straight after what did we call it? It wasn't a munchie. Feeding time. We
Feeding
pick up
time.
straight after the completion of feeding time. You are like standing here by like the entrance to the space. Some of you even more pumped up, some of you where you were before, and some of you calming down a bit.
It's like a Snickers.
You all can I'm going to ignore that. You can all feel that whatever generated the portal hasn't been destroyed yet as you stand in this space. What do you want to do?
I'm only just getting started.
You mean there's more snacks? Nice. Have we
There's a
ever
bigger fish somewhere in here.
Have we ever established? And I look between the four of us. Who makes the decisions in this ensemble?
I believe this is a non-hierarchical structure, but that said, Sirius is the only one responsible enough to operate their own business, so you seem a natural fit for leadership.
You are almost 30, so
You're basically a senior citizen.
I'm
You're also the only one I trust not to just lead us right into the jaws of something giant. because it's
excuse
pretty.
me. I am the Jaws.
Read the room.
What? All in favor.
Of voting Sirius into leadership?
Yes. Are we all just goop just dripping down?
You hear Bastian like call through the portal. I also agree.
You're not here. You don't get a.
You don't even go here.
I see the goop and I wipe the part that had fallen on my keyboard and kind of flick it back at you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Normally I ask for consent first.
Sirius,
So-
you're in charge.
All right, that works for me. So I'm fluttering just above the floor, like my boots are just barely skimming it, and I'm looking around. I have not dropped my heartbeat. My heartbeat has in fact gone up. It's at 9. I'm vibrating on the edge of too much, and I'm kind of extending that around me because we can all feel the portal is nothing's softening, nothing's weakening. Whatever we came to fight, it was not what we fed Jackie. There's still something here, and it's making my wings twitch.
I have one question about the nature of our little other worlds here. Are they
Right.
mazes or does it depend?
It depends. I think you've definitely encountered some that were pretty maze-like.
Okay.
Some of them have been literally like a blank box with like a single monster in it. Some of them have been like entire like neighborhoods. You get the sense like standing in this place, like feeling the pulse like radiate throughout the space. You think it's the entire mall. And you can also feel the power shifting. You can feel where it's weakest. You can feel areas where it's strongest. I would say as a direction, like you can sense that it weakens as you get like close to Actually, like both the record store and the bakery specifically, like those places have like a weird like void of energy. There's no like pulse in this version of those places, and it gets stronger as you move away from them.
Okay. So I'm looking around in this very 1992 Miami version of our mall. And so is there an arcade? I feel like there should be an arcade. There's an arcade in there. There's an arcade,
There is
right?
now.
There's now. Okay.
Yeah.
There is an arcade, and it's very specifically in the direction where it's getting stronger.
All
All
right.
right. So this mall, despite being all these bright colors, and is quite frankly a little bit creepy. The lights have been kind of flickery the whole time, and we can hear arcade music. Like, please, little cat, don't walk on the keyboard. Yes, this is why she's a butt.
It's a sign of kitty affection.
So there's music like Dance Dance Revolution music, but it's slowed down. It's like half a step out of tempo. It's fucking creepy. We can hear it echoing through the dark, otherwise empty mall. And I go ahead, and even though Izzy has just pointed out that I'm not going to lead y'all into the jaws of danger, I'm at a 9, and I most certainly do just kind of take off towards it.
Ooh, there she goes. And just like whoops.
I assume we see Jackie do what one could vaguely call a Naruto run in the direction of
It's not even like no,
But a
it's-
drippy one.
Ooh, it's not even like a Naruto run, because like when the cryptid is just like not using its arms, it just looks like, it almost looks like no face, right? Like it's just kind of like a black cape and silhouette until it like, unless it's active. So it's almost just like this, it's almost like a ghost like moving, or like a symbiote,
Like a big wave.
Like-
of
like
wa-
a-
yeah.
Oh, a symbiote.
yeah, like a symbiote just like sticking to the walls and like pulling itself to move and stuff. It's very, very spooky.
Do you leave?
I'm just saying,
Yes.
my
Well,
brain,
I'm-
it moves sort of like a glitch where it's just like.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Leave what?
Izzy's
Again,
going
I'm
to pull a
going.
can of spray paint out of the back of her jacket where she hides one and put a little arrow pointing back towards the portal at the edge of
Nice.
this.
Ah, smart.
I love it.
Oh,
And
that's
then
good.
she'll follow. Or they'll follow.
You can tell we've been in mazes before.
Yep.
Jackie, just a question.
Yes.
Do you leave what I'm probably going to regret to call, but do you leave residue?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
leave
Snail
residue.
trail.
That's
Yeah.
all I wanted to know.
Of course I leave residue.
I
Like,
feel like the first time you ended up in a maze, it wasn't too hard to find your way out because you just followed the goop.
and sometimes there's cheeseburgers. Like,
It's our little Hansel and Gretel trail of snail trail, cryptid goo, and McDouble wrappers.
However, they never are in a wrapper when she eats them.
no, never.
Axel just leaves a trail of like cocaine as he goes.
Serious.
Bloodhound your way back.
Oh, anyway, serious. As you approach the arcade, is there anything you're specifically looking for?
I'm keyed up looking for movement, shadows, flickers in the light. I'm really visually keyed into what's around me in my peripherals as well as ahead of me. But I'm
Okay,
moving fairly fast.
Cool. I think we see like waves of like this very like soft light just kind of like pulse out from you. You don't sense anything like following you, anything like trying to hide from you. As you get to the arcade, you hear that music. You see, like the machines. All of them like have that weird like red and blue and pink tone to them. All of them are like lit up like as if they were working, and that sense of frustration hits you again. And now closer to the source, what you're feeling is rage quit. You get that sense of like rage quit, like just pulsing off from this arcade, from all the machines, and you feel something in there.
Okay, so I come to a sharp stop just outside of visual sight of the arcade. So I'm gonna pretend that it's set up like my mall, in which case the arcade is right on the corner. It's got like its own fairly sizable corner with an entrance. So I'm right around the edge of the corner at an angle so that I can kind of see if anything steps out, but it would have to come into my range of vision to see me.
If you come to a sharp stop, the cryptid is just gonna crash into you.
I mean, that happens sometimes.
It's like, oh fuck!
I come to a sharp stop, but I come to a sharp stop 3 feet up. So really, you're really just gonna kind of get a boot to the face.
I mean, I'm like,
and then flip
I'm like
me in the
8
air.
feet tall.
Well, you're gonna get a whole face full of ass.
I'm into that.
I was like, joke's on you, me.
Like, it feels like when a dog comes up to your butt, and but like it's a deer nose.
Right.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, joke's on me because I just got a cold wet one right.
It's just cold bone in your booty. It's like, oh,
Here's
sorry.
the very funny thing. Those of you in chat have not seen. I'm gonna have to put up a picture of my Pinterest for next time we play. It's a very short skirt that Sirius is wearing, so I really did just take a cold wet nose to the ass.
Yeah. Just cold bone to the booty. Look at. I'm sorry, Nathan. What? We've done this to your game.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Sometimes you get a cold wet nose to the ass. Such is life.
I'm gonna need that.
We've all been there. Cold wet nose to the ass is my next album title.
Actually, that's a great album title, and I would absolutely buy it. I would absolutely spend $4 on a discount bin album called Cold Wet Nose to the Ass.
Also, Nick, you say about the anime rating. I feel like this would happen in like an anime for kids. Like
It's entirely possible, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't even know.
There was
an arcade.
sounds
I
and
have to
feelings
blow
from
my
the
nose
arcade.
now, not for multiple reasons.
Okay.
We're talking about a
Like the
spooky
barometer,
arcade.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, what had happened was we have just reached the arcade. I've reached there, Jackie's there, and we're waiting for Axel and Izzy to catch up, but they're probably only like a couple steps behind us. We can hear the music really clearly. We can see the lights reflecting on the wall across from the arcade. Do we see any movement like shadows in that light?
I would say no. Like the only flicker of the only movement in the lights you can tell is because from when the lights change, they're on a cycle. You can see the moving characters on the screen, moving in the reflection, but
Okay.
you don't see anything that would signify there's something else in there. But you also know that whatever movement you would be able to see, like they'd have to be like fairly close to like the entrance, so they might be like further in.
All right. So I go ahead and I land. I bring myself all the way down to the ground. I put my hammer across my shoulders, and I'm kind of taking a couple deep breaths. I'm not bringing my heart rate down, but I'm trying to contain myself because my first instinct right now is to run in, and I know that that's not what we need to do.
I hope it's that stupid card battle game. It ripped me off $3 last week.
Izzy, do you say that?
Yes.
As you say that, you feel the pulse of frustration, but like a little bit stronger. All of you feel it, but it's stronger.
I was hoping it was DDR.
As you say that, it gets a bit stronger again.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't want to break the DDR machine.
It's okay.
Wait, is this a
man.
pattern? I hope that it's Guitar Hero! Do I feel it
gets-
too?
Yeah. I mean, all of you have been feeling, like, every time someone says it, all of you feel it getting stronger, but it specifically
Oh,
flares
man.
when...
What if we have specific game challenges to each person?
It's like
Stop
every time
saying-
we express frustration, right? Like when we
Yes.
express frustration.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think Axel is frustrated because he's up at 9 heart rate too with Sirius, and he's like ready to rock and roll right here, and like we're just standing at the entrance. And I think he like pushes into Sirius, like, "What the fuck are we waiting for, man? Let's go!"
Sirius is going to turn around and give him a very slow up and down look and drum her fingernails against the head of the hammer
You like
and
my
not
cod
say
piece?
anything. Just a very slow. Just remember that I'm not going to squish you, but I can squish you.
The cryptic goes
I
inside
see
the
you.
arcade.
I see you checking me out, Sirius.
Just oozes around and just goes. It's like, y'all can fight about it. I'm gonna go see what's up.
As you get I love this choice, by the way. As you get a better angle on what's going on inside, you see the arcade. As I described before, all the machines are on. It's still this weird like color palette, and in the back you see the ghostly form of you see the ghostly form of a pigeon. Are people okay with pigeons, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a really
Um,
shitty dinosaur, but okay.
Really shitty dinosaur. Like it's
My next album.
It's ghostly, like in that same palette. It looks like it's made out of the same stuff as the monsters you fought like by the entrance. But you see the wings, you see the head, you see the beak, and you see like it was just kind of like staring like off like at the. Can pigeons look up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure. It's looking like up at the ceiling, and then as you come around the corner, its attention snaps to you.
Tilt my head curiously at it.
It tilts its head at you.
Now, is this pigeon sized, or is it like a giant pigeon?
Oh, sorry. No, it's giant. Sorry.
Giant
Important
pigeon
distinction.
size. And so I'm like, I tilt it one way, and then I tilt it the other. Does it mimic me?
It's tilting its head too, but it's less that it's mimicking you, and it's more that it's
Yeah.
responding to you.
Okay, I'm
If that
gonna
makes
pull
sense.
a cheeseburger out of my goop and throw it at its feet.
Where do you keep those things?
I told you I have a fanny pack.
in the goop?
Yes.
The goop
That's so
is the
fucking
big
hot!
pack.
It looks down at the cheeseburger, kind of like pecks at the paper.
There's no paper on it.
Oh, there's no paper. It pecks at the bread. And kind of, I guess, giant pigeon. Sure, and it eats the cheeseburger whole, looks at you, and
How was that?
it doesn't coo like a pigeon. It kind of, I want to say squawk. It kind of sounds like a really obnoxious seagull.
Oh no.
As it kind of, like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
screams at
awful.
you.
Yeah, all seagulls are really obnoxious, so
Yeah.
that was my last one. Can I help you with anything? Ghost Pigeon, do you want to fight? Do you have any unfinished business? Is that why you've opened a portal? Is there a car you have not shat on that I could help you with? So that you can leave.
There's no.
Did you get lost inside the mall and you need to find your way out before you
Roll.
can pass on?
Roll your current heartbeat,
Okay.
just for fun.
Just for funsies. That is 2 successes and 1 1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ignore the 1 because that's fine. Okay. What are you? So you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hoping its response will be, and what are you afraid its response will be?
I'm hoping that its response is a problem that I can solve so that it can leave. And I'm afraid that it's a response that I can't help and we have to fight again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you're like asking it these questions, the pigeon spreads its wings, and you feel that same pulse of frustration and anger and like insecurity, like all balled up into this one pulse spirit.
It's actually a chicken, not a pigeon. Run.
It's fine. Let him finish.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You sense it wants you to cure the frustration. I think it wants you to help it win.
Okay.
Also, for the success, you can move your heartbeat up or down as you wish.
Yeah, I'll move it up 1.
Cool.
Been at what?
You don't get a specific. You just get the sense of it wants to win.
It wants to win. I'm gonna. What game is it? Is it next to?
What are?
Area 51.
Rampage.
I don't know that game.
Rampage.
It's next to a racing game of your choice.
Okay, so it's next to NASCAR Thunder. Gotcha. Okay.
Cruising USA.
Okay, so real quick, y'all. NASCAR Thunder was this PS1 racing game that was like NASCAR cars, but had like Mario Kart level powers, so you could literally throw tornadoes at people. Like,
That would make I would watch NASCAR if that was
know,
what
right?
they did. But alas, it's all just left turns.
it's until they go to California and then they have a road course. Anyway, sorry, I know too much about NASCAR. So
What are the
and I'm gonna
rest of you doing?
I'm gonna point. Sorry, real quick. I'm gonna point at the race car game, and it's like, do you want to win at that?
You get that. Also, all of you are feeling like these emotions. You feel the like need to win and all that. You just get that same pulse of like win. You get the sense that as long as it's something, it needs to win. What are the rest of you doing?
Once we heard the squawk, I'm gonna go in too, and then Jackie is obviously communicating with this thing somehow. So I'm gonna
for
kind
the
of wait and
record,
see how
I'm
this
not even
plays out.
speaking a language. I'm just like, and the pigeon is squawking at me. Yeah.
Like,
I love
all
that.
of you as conduits, like, you are very aware that this pulse specifically resonates with all of you. Like, when you feel the frustration at those games, it felt that frustration. And so all of you have the sense that if you wanted to, because in these forms your hearts are bared, your emotions are there around you, so you can very easily communicate with these pulse beings. What about the rest of you? Are you doing anything specifically?
I've kind of hung back. I'm not a I mean, I in real life am a super video game fiend, but Sirius is not. Sirius is easily frustrated by arcade games. Doesn't like the noise, just doesn't it's so much and it's not fun. Serious idea of going to the arcade is taking the kids, watching them go, and if they're like, "Ooh, Auntie, do you want to roll some skee ball?" And honestly, she cheats at skee ball.
She walk up and place the balls in.
No, but she knows that if you go to the third one from the right, it's got a weird hook to it at the end. So if she aims for the far right bumper, it will always bounce off and hit the bullseye. So she only goes to that one. She rolls exactly 4 bullseyes. She takes her tickets, gives them to the kids, and leaves. Boom, she's done her auntie business.
She gets 6,000 tickets, which they can use to get a single army man at the counter.
Yes.
Those things were always a fucking ripoff.
And a Jolly Rancher.
And 1 Jolly Rancher.
So, the frustration is really eating at her. It's digging under her skin, and she kind of wants to start breaking things. She's not going to, but she's gripping her hammer because she kind of wants to lash out at all these games. Why did it have to be the stupid fucking arcade?
That makes sense. Yeah.
I have a thing. If Izzy, do you have something? Or I don't want to jump in. Okay. Axel, seeing Jackie run into the arcade, Axel's like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah. We are gonna rock and roll now!" And he runs in after her, and then after it, in this case, the cryptid. And when Axel I think he does the thing. He's he takes his axe and he throws it to the ground and rides it like a surfboard on a wave of fire in there, and he's absolutely ready to throw down, and then he just sees Jackie Qua Cryptid talking to this pigeon, and that's a bit of a letdown. He wanted some action, but then he gets that feeling. He gets that feeling of frustration and that just wanting to win. And I think he empathizes with that. And he's just going to try to communicate with it.
I have a question before you do that. How is Alex feeling?
Ooh.
Alex, so I think there's the thing where Alex and Axel's emotions sometimes merge, and he can't always tell what's his and what's Axel's, or what's Axel's and what's Alex's. And he's feeling Axel feels this acute disappointment, and he realizes that frustration of just wanting to win. And he realizes that is coming from Alex. That's Alex within him projecting some of his own frustrations and disappointments. And I think when he communicates It's actually Alex's voice that comes out of Axel at that moment, and he Axel, like, he's floating on his guitar, but he just kind of comes back down and lands, and he's still in Axel form, but the fire in his eyes just kind of goes out for a second, and he says, "Hey, man, like, I don't know what it's like being a giant pigeon. That's not really my experience or anything, but I get, just needing a win. And, sometimes you don't know how badly you needed a win until you get a win. I mean, I've been working the same job, for like a few years now. And I want to own my own store, and I want to, have a business. Like, my friend Sirius has this super cool bakery, and I want to own my own record store, and I want to accomplish things, and I want to, tell the girl that I like that I really like her. But, you can't just have it all. Sometimes you got to just do one little victory at a time, and even a small one can be something really big. So, I can't start with owning my record store or whatever, or telling this girl that I like her, but I could start with maybe winning a round of Guitar Hero on Expert, a little win like that, and then that builds your confidence, and then one win turns into another win and another win. I get what you're going through, brother, and if we can help you get that first little win, I would love to, Pigeon brother. That would be awesome. So, like, what can we do for you, man? We want to help.
Yeah. Oh, who was expecting to have emotions this episode? I certainly wasn't.
I was. With this group, I was.
I'm a sap. It always comes out.
I like that it's Axel doing this.
Well, it's Alex, technically.
Alex
Yeah.
breaking through Axel.
Yeah. You want to own your own record store?
Okay. Is there any arcade game that stands out to like Izzy? It doesn't have to be for like any like super like deep reason. Just is there any that like Izzy particularly enjoys or particularly hates?
Particularly hates would be any of the really cruddy ticket machines that are like spin the wheel, or the ones where you have to, the ones that are obviously rigged and you literally can't win until someone puts, a certain amount of money in, and then you win. She likes, or they like any of the really brightly colored ones.
Okay. Cool.
Like
Okay.
the more, I haven't been to an arcade in so long.
Something with like a lot of like flashing lights, like
Yeah.
because it was brought up earlier, like your Dance Dance Revolutions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all feel another pulse, but instead of frustration, it's that like it's kind of the feeling of your like the tension in your shoulders kind of like loosening a little, and you see it in like these ripples of this like brighter purple that kind of like washes over like everything in the arcade. And we'll do this in a sort of
Damn,
weird
I've been
way.
here for a hot minute.
I think all of you, with your permission, so to clear this thing, each of you will have to win at a thing, but the way we'll handle that is a group battle against the boss, and all of your like victories will like also add towards, because I'm not creating a system for you to win
No,
at
definitely
people.
don't. This makes perfect sense.
Ooh, some
Thanks,
bits.
Amani.
Oh wow!
Ooh, much appreciated.
Oh, some bits and some subs. So
Yeah.
there's a pool of rerolls and there's a pool of extra d6s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So there's a total of 6 extra d6s to use. And now 5 5 d6s. A pool of 5 extra d6s to use and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rerolls. So
Cool.
Cool.
just put actual pool. I'll update that. Okay. It's for everyone to just pull from the pool.
Cool. Okay. So we enter this sort of like dream space. I think Axel, the pigeon is like regular sized and is kind of like sitting on your shoulder, kind of like looking between all 4 of you. And as it looks to each of you, you all feel your own like pulse of that same like tension unwinding. And before you is also the pigeon. This one is... What did I say the other one was? The other one was pretty big. This is like double its height. And you understand that this is the rage and frustration you have to beat. With all of your attacks, if you're choosing to, like in the like real world, like play a game to try and beat it, like tell me what you're doing with that. If you're not, give me some flavor of like what else you're doing if you don't want to like participate in the video games. Who would like to take the first spotlight?
I'll go. Since I was the first one to sort of talk to it. Bye, Romeo. So Jackie's gonna kind of look around. The cryptid's gonna look around. It's going to like sort of shrink down a bit, and it's gonna sit at the racing game and look over at Axel and be like, "Do you have a quarter?"
Yes! Just gets your quarter.
She's like, "All right, let's go." And I'm gonna play this racing game, NASCAR Thunder, with hurricane race cars.
Cool. Roll and... Yeah, just roll for me.
All right, so I have 6 right now. Ooh, very good. I have 3 successes and 1 failure. 1. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you succeed. Tell me. So you can like move your heartbeat up, as usual, or down.
I'll move it up. So I'm at 7.
Tell me what you're doing to the big pigeon, and also what you're doing in the video game.
So the goal is to. So I think for the video game, because the pigeon wants help winning, I'm gonna put that we are actually like co-op on this game, and we're fighting against the AI. So that, and I am going to lend the pigeon's car support by throwing making sure I get like all of, like the turtle shells and knocking out like its competition. Like I'm not trying to win, I'm trying to knock out the competition. So that the pigeon can come in first place on the race car game.
I think what this looks like in this like dream battle space is you kind of like surge forward, and like maybe you like kind of like wrap around like the big pigeon, trying to like keep it in place, trying to like distract it, keep it in place, just kind of like run, what's the word? I want to say cover fire, but it's not cover. It's that same kind of idea.
Yeah, it's
Cool. Izzy, I will say your heartbeat goes up by 1.
Okay.
And who would you like to pass the spotlight on to?
I'm gonna pass it to Izzy.
Great. Izzy. So do we all have little ghost pigeon friends on our shoulder now, or is it just Axel?
So in the dream space, it's Axel. There's only one of the pigeon here, but I would say for whichever game you're going to, you get an avatar of the pigeon.
Excellent. So because it came to my brain when I was trying to think of cute games, Izzy is going to find the Taiko Drum Master arcade, which is this big drum that has drumsticks and these adorable little anthropomorphic drums are on the screen and jump and dance and stuff. And the pigeon and I are each going to hold a stick as we try to play. In the meantime, the other me, who's fighting the actual pigeon, is going to be using their my brain just died. Their keyboard shetty and just chopping at the fake pigeon with the drum strikes.
Cool. Roll for me.
All right, I am now at 8 heart rate because I didn't change mine from before. There's 3. And all right, 4 successes, and my dice really like 1s today, so 2 more 1s.
Ooh, I'm going to be evil. Anyway,
Yes.
I was certain you would be.
So that's an exceed, capital letters, as has been stated in the chat before. Okay, I'm going to start with the ones, so you can decide what you're doing with your exceed. Axel and Sirius, you're both at 9, correct? Your heartbeats go up to 10.
Oh. I see.
So just as a reminder, so your exceed means you completely succeed. You go above and beyond. You do extra cool stuff. And sorry, while I look at rules, that's the wrong place. This is the right place. Oh, because you exceeded, you have 2 points to use as you wish.
Right. It's really not fun to lower theirs down together. Actually, I know. So this, the actual attack ends up looking like a massive combo attack on the actual thing. And I think that calms Sirius down a little because one of us is actually fighting the stupid bird and not just randomly playing video games all of a sudden. Which seems to be what she wants to do. And so I'd like to lower hers a couple points because lowering both of theirs isn't fun if you raised both of theirs.
So Sirius, you go down to 8. Okay. So we see your so as you're like playing these drums, we see in this other space your are you like physically attacking with your
yep.
We see Izzy, as the kids say, go absolutely ham on this big pigeon, just like striking and slashing and chopping, and is a whirlwind of very competent attacks. Who are you passing the spotlight on to?
I think I'm going to pass to Sirius. As much as I want to see what Axel does, I'm curious. We're going to Sirius.
Right? Since he's got the heartbreak, let him do the finisher. It'll be great. So when the initial surge happened that would have put me at heartbreak, I find myself over in the corner. Would have, not does.
Okay, cool.
That would have put me in the heartbreak. I found myself over in the corner, real frustrated. Didn't want to play anything. How the fuck am I going to get a pigeon to play skee ball? The only goddamn thing in here I play. The skee ball weighs more than the pigeon. I'm on the verge of freaking the fuck out when I look over in the corner and notice dusty, barely flickering with light, one of those stupid old whack-a-mole games. And I feel myself start to calm down. I drop down to an 8, and the pigeon and I go over to the dark corner, and I set it on. I feed a quarter in, and as they very slowly start cranking themselves up, the pigeon looks at me, leans over, and pecks it back into the hole. As the pigeon is whack-a-moling the little slow creaky pop-ups, I am attacking the big rage pigeon in the dream state with my hammer with mighty blows for each of the pigeon's tiny pathetic pecks.
That's excellent. Just as a note, like 10 heart rate isn't heartbreak if you go over that. So
Oh,
you would
okay.
have been like in the danger zone, but not quite.
Cool.
Okay, roll for me.
Down to 8. 1 6. Everything else is 4 3s and 2s. So no 1s. 1 6.
Okay, so you don't quite succeed. This is less about your skill with the hammer and more about the pigeon being weak. You feel like its pecs aren't enough to like really affect the whack-a-mole, and you feel that pulse of frustration like ripple out. No, I can't do that. That's fine. I was going to like change your heart rate, but like I can't, so that's fine. But you feel that frustration like building in the pigeon as all of your blows, each one like resounding with a very pathetic seagull squawk, does minimal damage to the big pigeon. I guess we move on to Axel. Axel, what are you doing?
There's a internal conversation happening between Axel and Alex at the realization of what they have to do. And Axel is telling Alex, we got some bad news here, brother. I suck at video games. You're going to have to handle this one all on your own. I'm not that good at video games either, Axel. I don't know. And he looks around like, is there and he sees a claw machine.
Ooh.
And he's like, okay, wait a minute. I've never had very good hand-eye coordination, but I've always been preternaturally gifted at claw machines. So maybe that'll work. And Axel, kind of like looking through Alex's eyes, like Axel sees the claw machine. He goes, ooh, I see something in there that you should win.
If this was an actual anime, I feel like this conversation would happen in like a third dreamscape. Just
Yep.
like you
Yep, there's
like,
a
standing
headspace.
on a lake. It would take like 4 episodes.
Yes.
We would all be
because they're still writing the manga and like they don't want to get too far ahead of it, so they have to stall while they wait for it to come out.
Yes, looking at you, Naruto. Anyway.
Also, Dragon Ball Z. Same thing happened in Dragon Ball Z.
I've never seen that. Anyway. Don't look at me like that. I'm baby. Anyway, please roll for me.
They re-released Dragon Ball Z afterward, and it was like they cut out all the fluff, and it was like a third of the length that it was before. It was insane. Okay, so I'm at 10. So I roll 10d6.
Yes.
All right. Oh, Christ, that was bad. I got 1 6.
Okay.
No 5s.
Okay.
And 3 1s.
Holy.
That was bad. That was real bad.
Okay. So, good news. The ones don't affect you. So everyone else. Is anyone at 10 right now?
Just me, I think.
Just you. Okay, so everyone's heart rate goes up by 1. As you, Axel and Alex, fail, and you feel the same like pulse of the frustration, but the frustration is also coming because you are physically like doing the claw machine rather than letting the pigeon do it. Like the frustration resonates from the two of you, and it feels bad, and the rest of you feel this like threefold frustration like wave out, and I will let you decide how you feel about it, but it's doesn't seem good. And then the spotlight comes to me. As you have like made your attempts on both the video game and the dreamscape pigeon, some of you succeeding, some of you not. The colors in the space, they get more red. The pink bleeds into red. The blue darkens. As we see the dreamscape pigeon scream. All of your video games get harder. Before you needed 2 successes for a success. Now you'll need 3. The controls jam up, the moles get faster, the drum
It's like DDR.
defies the laws of physics. I'm going to pass this spotlight to Sirius.
So the pigeon is looking at me in disbelief. It can't believe that I picked such a ridiculous game. The pigeon's frustrated. I'm frustrated. The whack-a-moles are starting to make an alarming kind of creaking noise, and they're coming up fast enough that I know the pigeon is kind of my enemy and kind of not. I don't know if I want this little pigeon trying to hit these whack-a-moles. I take my hammer and I put one hand on the head and one hand on the end, and I start pushing it until it's back down to the size it normally is when it hangs off my keychain. And I hand the hammer to the pigeon, and I let the pigeon hit it with my magic hammer, which should be enough that the pigeon can actually not. It's lighting up like Thor's hammer. The pigeon is worthy to lift it because I handed it to the pigeon, but it's going to be heavy enough to knock the moles back into the hole.
It's awesome.
Oh my god. Okay. So, also, remember your rerolls and the extra d6s.
Mm-hmm.
However, please take a free d6 because... free with an F, not 3. Because that's amazing.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 10 d6s then. I have 4 6s and 2 1s.
4 6s, 2 1s. Okay,
Nice.
so you success. The pigeon, I guess, holding... Would you prefer it to hold it in its beak or in its claw?
It's funnier if it holds in its claw.
Okay, cool.
It's in there.
So it's just doing a big steppy all across the board. You see the power of your inner... Sorry if you heard me hit my microphone.
It's okay.
Your strength, your inner light just empowers this thing as it like destroys the whack-a-mole. In the dreamscape, your blows now hit with like a resounding, like confident squawk, and that pulse of relief just washes over all of you. Because you succeeded, you got 2 1s, correct?
I did.
I'm going to say, Axel, I think that relief washes over you, kind of like interrupting this like spiral of frustration you were feeling. Your heart rate goes down by 1. What are Izzy and Jackie? What are you at?
I'm at 8.
9. Or wait, 9 or 10? 9.
Okay, Jackie, you go up by 1. Also, as Nathan has reminded, once per session, you can use one of your like
Tags.
fighting style tags for extra dice. Sirius, who are you passing the spotlight to?
I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Jackie.
Okay, so seeing as my racing game suddenly got harder, as if certain little um certain little my car got a flat tire and it flipped, and my avatar me like flies out of my race car because Jeff Gordon flipped me. I'm going to wait the lap to come around, and I'm going to, because I imagine the pigeon is in its own race car with a little helmet like steering it with its talons. So I'm gonna wait for the pigeon car to come around, and like my tendrils like wrap around it, and like I go underneath the car and just form on top of it, so that I'm facing back at the AI drivers, and I'm gonna try and just barf out tendril goo to cause like an oil slick so that they can't pass us up.
Excellent. Please roll for me.
I would also, because I have 8, but I would like to use my tendrils tag
Yes.
to bring it up to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go. What, Romeo? He's like, what are you doing? I'm shaking dice. Got this, bro. Whew. Okay. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes and 2 ones.
Okay. Okay.
Six successes. Just count them. Yeah. Just there are no more cars.
So you exceed by 3 points. Let's say for ease that 2 of them cancel out the 2 ones.
Yeah.
So you can raise or lower your heartbeat by 2 if you wish. Oh, sorry, Sirius. I forgot you can also do that because of your success.
Yeah.
And you also have 1 point to affect someone else. You do this. Actually, you describe it. You exceeded. All capital letters.
I almost, so like, and on the outside, the way that this looks like on the outside for the ghost pigeon or the giant pigeon is that I'm essentially trying to engulf this thing into my own shadow to hold it still so that people can wail on it. But like in the game itself, it's like, you know, we're in the lead, the pigeon is going, and you have like, it's like, oh, Richard Petty is about to lap, and it's like, nope, and you just see like this giant tree-sized tendril just erupt from the ground, and it just flips it, and then it hits the car behind that one, and then it just starts like a chain reaction of like car crashes to where we are the only car that is running in the game at this point. Like, just we're the only car now. And I will lower mine and Axel's down to 1 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's so funny because normally it's the pigeon that flips the board, but this time the board was flipped for the pigeon.
Yes.
So funny.
Yes.
Excellent. I think because of your exceed, like we see in the dreamscape, like you like strike into this thing with like goo and bone spikes,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And you kind of like destroy like a quarter of this thing. Like it's just like the smoke just like kind of like shatters and like just like disappears. Who are you passing the spotlight to?
Axel.
So Alex is getting extremely frustrated, not being able to win this damn thing. Like he told himself going into this, like, the one thing I'm good at is claw machines, and I can't even freaking win a claw machine right now. It's driving me mad. And he has again this like internal conversation with Axel, and he's like, "What's the matter, man? You giving up already? You know you can do this. What's the matter with you?" I just there's like some things in here I probably could win. Like I think that like knockoff SpongeBob is probably doable, but like But that's not the one I want. The one I want is all the way back there.
Which one? The one with the horns?
Yeah, it's like a little like stuffed elk back there. That's the one I'm trying to get. But the stupid thing, I
tell you what, man. I could maybe help you cheat just a little bit. Then give you some of my righteous rhythms.
And there's like, what he wants to do is do like a rumbling, like bass chord that makes the claw machine like shake.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, and I'm trying to use to get an extra d6 out of this.
Okay.
From like, because one of my righteous rhythms is one of my tags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead.
Okay, so that would be 9d6.
You get 2 extra d6 from your tag.
Yep.
Oh, 2 extra. So that puts me at 10 then. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 10. Hello. Oh man, I love that I got 3 6s playing as Axel. Fuck yeah. Righteous. 666, no ones.
Okay. Awesome. So that is a success. You play this chord, and the vibrations like ripple through the machine, and also the big giant pigeon in the dreamscape. As you kind of like tilt one of the controls like just enough that it instantly like latches on to the elk you were going for with the vibrations and with your like deft movements.
Fuck yeah, you got it, brother!
And you succeed, so you also get to shift your heart rate.
Okay, I'll go back up to 9.
Izzy, what do you do?
Let's see. I had a thought and then I lost. That's right. So seeing that they all did really good, this isn't actually going to be a group roar. This is just going to be for flavor. But I'm like, okay, we got to do the last bit together to beat this thing. You guys all come over and bang on this drum together in rhythm.
So you want everyone to like drum together,
Yeah.
just to like finish this off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This
'Cause it wins
won't be
better
a
if it's
group roll,
together.
but like, go ahead.
I mean, if anyone's at 9, then they're welcome to try.
I am at 9. I'm at 9. If you want to be the rhythm section together.
So
I mean, yeah, I had to go up, so I'm. Where's Jackie at? I'm at 9.
Well, Rook was going to say something. Sorry.
Oh,
yes.
Oh wait, so serious? You're at 9.
Mm-hmm. Because you said
okay.
I had. Because you said I had to go up or down 1, so I went up.
Okay, cool. So because of the way group attacks actually work, so only Izzy and sorry. Sirius, have you gone since I've gone? Oh, you were first.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
the last
I
one,
went first.
sadly.
Izzy went last.
So because of the way group attacks work, technically only Izzy hasn't had their turn yet.
Yep,
So
that's
Right.
fine.
Go for it.
More or less of a character thing than anything else.
yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Sadly, the tag, I couldn't think of the best way to invoke it, so I'm skipping it. I'm at 9 dice anyway.
You can draw from the pool if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to use that reroll because that was
Okay.
awful.
I will delete a reroll from the pool.
I'm glad there's no dice camera. That was terrible.
That was a big woof.
Yeah, it was just gross. There we go. All right. I got 4 more dice, so we'll keep the thing there. 3 successes and a 1.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I think this is the finishing blow. We'll ignore the 1 since this is like the last combat of this dungeon, so it's fine. You all reset after this anyway. So Izzy, tell me how you lead this group effort and destroy the pigeon.
All right.
The pigeon.
So in my brain, what's happening is kind of Axel and I on one drum, while Jackie is helping their new pigeon friend along, and Sirius is kind of trying to keep tap, but doesn't quite have the same acumen. And when we get to the final bit of the song, which is a crazy, I don't remember that name of that insane DDR song, but it's going at 200 beats per minute. Yeah. No, not Butterfly, the like 5-star disco one. That's insane. I haven't played DDR in too long. Anyway, it's a super fast song. And as we get to the end, we all just kind of get in sync with each other. And the little pigeon tapping on the top of the drum too. And we just kind of finish out all exactly on beat. And in the real world, our attacks sync up as well finally. These last several blows kind of just striking all at once to finish this the evil demon pigeon and banish it away from the little ghost pigeon's mind. Yes, I think into the max 300. That was the one.
Can we finish it like in sync and then all hold like a really cool pose?
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So as you all like do what you're doing to like contribute to the finishing of this thing, we see with each beat, this pulse of that like same relief, that like bright purple, just kind of like washes over the entire space, becoming more and more permanent. And as you strike that final pose, which I will throw to you to describe in a moment, we see as the pigeon behind you shatters into dust, and finally, in this arcade, there is relief. Please describe your final poses.
I'll go first. The slash, and then Izzy throws the thing up like a baton, letting it twirl down, which they catch behind their back.
Excellent. Sirius, what is your final pose?
It is a very fast, go ahead, finish off the very fast, 3 taps on the rim, and then cross the drumsticks and an X above the head as glitter explodes behind me. Holographic glitter, not basic glitter.
Jackie, what's your final pose?
I just grab an imaginary I do like we go into Victory Lane and I grab a champagne bottle and I pop the cork with my antler and it sprays goopy champagne everywhere. I'm like, yeah! Like on everyone.
And on your back, Axel jumps up and like puts his legs on the cryptid's like shoulder parts, whatever, and has guitar in hand, like has his mouth open, just like getting all the, and just like riding on the back of this thing.
Yeah. Oh, don't swallow that.
Oh, it's off. Oh, it's off.
Nope, wouldn't recommend.
Next time, warn me.
So we see this as the pigeon like disintegrates behind you, and the smaller pigeon kind of like flaps up, and in that pulse of purple also disappears. And you are all unceremoniously kicked from the space. You feel it like collapse around you as you all like pushed through the like portal in the ceiling, like back into reality. And I think with you all in sort of a heap on the floor, I think we will end the episode there.
Just pulls out a
That was
cheeseburger
so
from my fanny pack and takes another bite.
How many of those do you have?
I don't know. I don't even ask me how old they are. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for coming and showing up. That was awesome. Everybody in chat was awesome. The players were awesome. All of that. The next time that you can find us on the channel, like I said, I am recovering from COVID, so I'm taking it easy, but we should be back here on Friday with Heartbeats in Perfect Sync. And then on Saturday, we return with Dragon Age and hopefully our Defiant premiere as well. But on the next time you can actually see me is on Sunday over at Eviscerate's channel, where hopefully we will finally get to our Monster Hearts finale. But yeah, that's me, Camp Monster Hearts finale. That is like 4 months in the making because we keep having to delay it. But yeah, that's me. Everyone else, where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days? What are you doing? Starting with Colin. Go ahead, friend.
Well, that was super fun.
Yeah.
And I got a stuffed animal at the end. I have plans for that thing. I made a note. I can't forget that I have that. Yeah, so hi, everybody. I'm Colin. I am at Colonomicon on Twitter, and also Six String Games, which is the handle for my company that makes games. And let's see what I got going on Monday. On Infinite RP, every Monday night I play a game of Flames of Freedom, which is the Zweihander system game that is set in the American Revolution. So it's like American Revolution meets Call of Cthulhu, kind of. There's like spooky stuff going on. And I play a guy named Phineas Rutt, who's probably my favorite character, one of my favorite characters I've ever played. He's very much not like me, and I love him. He's I call him a Green Mountain himbo. He's sort of this like big dumb Revolutionary War soldier who's got this like really obnoxious Boston accent and is just a sweetheart. I love him. He's a sweet big dumb boy, and there's a great group of role players in that game. So definitely check it out. And then the other like big, then I'm back here on Friday. But the other big news is, like I said, I run a game company with my best friend Nymeria, who was in chat earlier, who's Nymeria streams here on Twitch, and we run a company called Six String Games. We make a new game every month. We make a completely new role-playing game every single month. We give ourselves breaks sometimes because it can get exhausting. But we already have a few written, and actually this coming Tuesday is the early release of our first game, and then on February 1st it will be released fully to the public. You can find it on our itch, which is we're Six String Games on itch. We're also Six String Games on Patreon, and our first game is called Raycats, which is a real thing that happened. The government actually was trying to come up with solutions in the 80s for how to stop people in the future from accidentally digging up radioactive waste. And one of the solutions that they proposed was that we breed a special type of cat that changes color when it's near high radiation. So people will know when they're near radiation. They called them Raycats, and it's absolutely fucking crazy, but this was a serious thing that was proposed to our Congress. So we took that idea and combined it with Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and imagined if there were Raycats that protect people from radiation, but instead they're like big, swole, sexy superhero cats. And you can play, and the game is called Raycats. You get to play as the Raycats in this post-apocalyptic future. It's super fun. It's incredibly silly. It's a very easy game to pick up, and it's available in a little zine format. So you can, if you become one of our Patreon subscribers, you can get a copy of that game, either digital or print, and you'll also be available from our store. Our website is sixstringgames.com, and also itch.com/sixstringgames, where you can get a hold of everything we're coming out with. If you like horror, the next game we're working on after Raycats comes out is we're making a game that's a horror game in the style of the Blair Witch Project. So it's a found footage horror game. We do something different every month. And so just, keep an eye on us on Twitter and on Itch, and you'll see all kinds of weird variety of stuff coming out. But it is very, very good to finally be on the Valdrianth channel. I am so happy to be here. Thank you, Val, for playing along with my antics. Thank you, Rook, for tolerating that voice I do, even when it blows out your ears. Thank you to Izzy for playing along specifically with laying down some sweet rhythms. And thank you, Arnica, for just making serious an utter delight. This was so much fun. Can't wait to see you guys again. That's me.
I'm Nick. I'm on Twitter at @fell_strike. The only other thing I'm doing currently is on Tuesday nights, I am Lieutenant Foxwell on a Star Trek game on twitch.tv/Studio Tembo at 6 p.m. Eastern.
All right, and hi, I'm Arnica. You can find me on Twitter at ArnicaXRoss. Right now, I'm really not doing too much of anything on Twitch. I'm waiting for my other game. We should know when it will be coming back later this spring. But if you want to follow me on my Twitter, I'm just breaking into TTRPG creating, and I'm working a lot on my Twitter. You can see me working on the system agnostic setting Booker's Way. I drop previews of the maps, previews of my NPCs. We've already got to meet Mrs. Key and Ms. Hart, the elderly dwarvish lesbians who run a sandwich shop. And we've met Fitz and partners. Fitz, the daddy dom, and his 3 submissive journeyman boyfriends who work at his shop. I'm telling you, it's a wild setting. You can do a lot with it. Follow me on Twitter, take a look. So funny. And that's me. That leaves us with our wonderful storyteller who did such awesome stuff today. Oh my God, you.
Well done, Rook.
You all were great players. You gave me so much to build off on. You all are great. What am I saying? Oh, yes.
Where
Hi.
can we find you?
Yes, I'm Rook. You can find me on Twitter at RJKGames. The Twitter is above me right there. The main thing I'm doing right now is I've released an Ironsworn actual play podcast called Bind Me to the Earth. I don't currently have a release schedule since I've released 1 episode. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on our on my podcast website. All of those links are in my Twitter bio. And when Apple Podcasts approves of me, you'll be able to find me on there as well. Bind Me to the Earth is about an Ironsworn called Hessian who, after swearing to kill a monster that had hurt some of his friends, he will soon realize that something darker is waiting in the hidden corners of the Ironlands. And I'm very excited about it. And if that sounds interesting to you, go give the page a follow.
All right. Sorry. Awesome sauce, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to raid our good friend Nymeria streams. So, with that, everyone, wait, bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See you next week.
See you next week.